Jolka, Jolka, pamiętasz lato ze snu, gdy pisałaś?
To jest tak, powrót do przeszłości, do moich korzeniów. No jest fabularna opowieść, fikcyjna, ale na podstawie mojego dzieciństwa.
Coś ze mną zrób, nie zostawiaj tu samej.
So this character Anna has to flee her homeland of Poland with her political dissident of a father who was in solidarity to get to Brooklyn, and her father's not allowed back, much like my own father. And he continues to work on behalf of Solidarity in offices in Europe, Western Europe, and one summer he takes his kid along, 12-year-old Anna. And her uncle lives in West Berlin, and he's going to Kielce, her hometown, to smuggle in a printing press that she doesn't know about. And of course she hears this and for some reason instinctively wants to go with him, wants to return to Poland. Something in her is telling her she has to go. It's a secret trip, clandestine trip. She gets there, her family goes crazy. They can't believe it. She left as a little girl. She's this 12-year-old prepubescent young girl. And then she goes outside because she wants to see if she can still do somersaults on this thing called a trzepak. Now a trzepak in Poland, people didn't have vacuum cleaners. It's basically like 3 or 4 iron poles fit in the ground with one slicing the middle, and people would hang their rugs over it and trzepak it. Beat it with these tiny tennis rackets. And she used to remember the sound of that waking her up in the mornings, and all these memories flood. And she asks her grandma if she could please go outside.
I to, że Dagmara zaczęła pisać, nie było wielką niespodzianką dla mnie, żadną niespodzianką, bo ona rosła z książką od 6 roku życia, jak się sama nauczyła czytać, a po polsku oczywiście najpierw. To tak do dzisiaj. Ja nigdy inaczej nie pamiętam na podwórku, tutaj już w Stanach, jak z książką. Dagmara siedziała na ławce z książką, Dagmara jadła, Dagmara była na drzewie z książką pod pachą, Dagmara była wszędzie z książką. Po prostu wszędzie, wszędzie. I to, że zaczęła pisać, to no, zrobiła to, co powinna.
When she opens the apartment building's stairwell door, she sees that a dozen or more kids have gathered around. Most are hanging off the rug beater, some of them are squatting in front of it. They are an army of small warriors, holding down the fort in the face of an intruder. They must have seen the German car pull up. Maybe someone caught a glimpse of a tall girl in Levi's and spread the word. Anna walks tentatively toward them. The boys, assorted ages but not sizes, with legs so skinny that it makes her sad, those giant knees, pretend to be idle with other things like gum chewing. The girls stare at her unabashedly. They are all, boys and girls alike, clad in polyester short shorts and open-toed sandals. Suddenly one kid, whose shorts are so small they look like underwear, squints up and asks, "Mówisz po polsku?" Anna nods and the boy continues. "That's a Volkswagen, right? So you from Germany?" "Jestem Polka," she wants to say. "I'm Polish." But it's too early to feel defensive, so she merely shakes her head no. Then a pretty girl, who looks to be around Anna's age and has brown hair that's cropped like a boy's, asks, "Then where are you from? Because obviously you're not from here." The girl stands with her arms folded sternly across her chest, waiting for Anna to answer. Some of the other girls chuckle and Anna flushes pink. The folded arms girl wears orange cotton shorts with flowers on them, an outfit that would be ridiculed in the States. "Actually, I am from here. I was born here, but I live in New York City." A slight hush befalls the group. "You mean like America?" asks another boy, whose unfortunate bangs cut right across the middle of his forehead in a perfectly straight line. Anna nods again. "Ja pierdolę! I'll be fucked!" exclaims a kid who can't be more than 6, and then everyone cracks up, including Anna. The next day, Anna runs outside as soon as she wakes up. She exchanges addresses with her new friends. The pretty brunette is Justyna Zator, whose mother was best friends with Anna's mother, Paulina. Justyna tells her that their moms got pregnant the same year and both of them had to quit school and that their mothers still keep in touch. "I know everything about you, girl. I know you live in Brooklyn and that your dad drives an Audi." Justyna pronounces it Brooklyn, and Anna smiles.
postać babci, która tam, tej Anny babcia, to ta postać babci jest tak naprawdę chyba prawdziwa, to jest jej babcia, ona po prostu innej babci sobie nie wyobrażała polskiej. I to jest postać, to z tego co wiem i z tego co przeczytałam, a nie całą jeszcze książkę, bo skryptów nie chciałam czytać, po prostu czekałam na wydanie. No to jest fikcja tak naprawdę, oparta na jej, no zawsze się książka bierze z czegoś, szczególnie pierwsze, z jakichś doświadczeń, no gdzieś musi być początek.
I used to hang out with these girls every summer from when I was about 12 to 22. My American friends in New York, we went to performing arts high school, we were actors and artists and singers and dancers, and all we talked about was the future. What we wanted to be, how big we wanted to become. Our feelings were art that we would create. It was awesome. Everything was a possibility. We were kids in Manhattan, and anything was a possibility. That was America. Anything was a possibility. And then every summer, 2 months out of the year, I was with my Polish friends who loved me. I think maybe somewhere in their minds I represented a bigger life or a real place, because America in the late 80s, early 90s was still a place from cinema, from movies, from, you know, give me a movie. I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. We didn't talk about the future with my friends. Czerwca was a very hard-scrabble, blue-collar town. My friends were poor. I would bring $200 for the whole summer, and it would last me the whole summer. My mom cleaned houses, my dad worked as hard as he could to send us every year to Poland. And with my Polish girlfriends, we didn't talk about the future. We didn't talk about our feelings. We talked about today. We talked about what you're gonna wear, what ognisko are we gonna have, what bonfire. We talked about now, because now was the only thing they had.
This has been a long time coming for Dag, and it's been an amazing experience, and something that is so. The two things about Dag that she loves more than anything, if I could exclude myself and my children, it would be Poland and it would be writing. And so I think from a very, very, very early age, she always expressed herself through her writing. So to see it come to fruition, I think this is the first of many novels, truthfully. To have the first one be about something so near and dear to her heart, which was her experience in Poland and the Polish immigrant experience here in America, I think is it's remarkable. So the way that it's told, the language, the plot, the characters, all those things, as a storyteller and as an actor, that I really enjoy. I mean, it's been a great night.
And for me, these kids were a symbol of my roots, my past, where I came from, something I didn't have here. They were my faded memories coming to life, and I lived for those summers. As much as I loved my New York friends, my Polish friends knew me in a way that my American friends didn't, even though we never talked about shit. And so when I found out about my friend who had lost her husband, whose husband was murdered in her house, and I had just done the Count of Monte Cristo and living in my own apartment in Greenpoint, I couldn't fucking believe it. Because I thought, look, we start out life like this. Same kind of start line, right? Born in 1976, all these kids and I. And I kind of took a hard right. And most of these kids in Czerwca and Szydłówek stayed on their little path. And they didn't veer off, they didn't want to, they couldn't. And it just made me feel so guilty, and so I started writing. When I can't stop thinking about something, I start writing. And I wrote 50 pages, and I called it The Constellations. And my sister read it and was like, girl. But then I got another movie, and I think I got it out, all these feelings I had. And then I met the most amazing man in the world, and he bought me a house. And I had kids, and I stayed home, and I got fat, and I didn't work. And I wanted to do something. So I went back to these pages, I found them in an old folder, and I started writing every day. And I wrote this. I'm going to read one tiny paragraph, because there's a fourth character in this book. And that's Poland. Polska, moja kochana Polska.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Poland, I guess we try to go every year. you know. So I've been, you know, we go quite a bit, and so for me, and it's been nice to get around and see other areas, you know, from Gdańsk to Zakopane. You know, I've been to some nice places, but you know, I love the culture anyway. I love going to her hometown, which is, you know, Kielce, and far different than anything how I grew up. So you know, I can see how, you know, you see from the older generation how they lived before the Iron Curtain fell. You know, you see remnants of that still, obviously, but you see it, you know, I think you see very hopeful people, and I think, you know, Dag loves Poland, and so.
There's a lot of things wrong with Poland. But when I am there and I get on a plane and I leave, this is what happens. The stars in Poland are bright and sharp, as if torn from a connect the dots coloring book. They baffle Anna and remind her of religion and faith. In New York, the neon signs and tall buildings disturb the heavens, and all Anna can make out aside from the moon is the lone North Star. But none here. Here the grass looks and smells like grass, rampant and overgrown among the cracked stones. Among the cracked stones that pave the sidewalks. It's not pretty, and it's a far cry from the well-manicured lawns in Brooklyn, but it's real. Even downtown, you can sometimes inexplicably catch a whiff of cow manure and wheat. Here, nature forces its way into every corner in its purest form, and the stars take over at night, illuminating everything the way God intended. It's all as if from a fairy tale. The blackbirds call at 7 in the morning, the magpies fly at dusk. The century-old wooden huts nestle to the brightly painted 70s-era communist apartment housing. Everyone smokes and laughs, but nobody smiles unless they really fucking mean it. And at the heart of everything is the one thing that unites everyone: przetrwanie, survival. Buy my book!
Wszystko pamiętam z Polski i każde wakacje, co Dagmara jeździła, ja tak samo z nią jeździłam. Razem. Pierwszy raz jak pojechałam, miałam 9 lat i od 9 lat do 21 roku mojego co wakacje tylko spędzałam w Polsce, a potem musiałam pracować i tak dalej, ale w przyszłym roku cała rodzina pojechała. Ja, mąż, dzieci, Dagmara, mąż, dzieci, mama, młodsza siostra, wszyscy. I tak, bo ja mieszkam w Los Angeles, ja już nie mieszkam tutaj. 10 lat już tam mieszkam, ale przyjeżdżam bardzo często i moje dzieci są z jej dziećmi cały czas i my mówimy tylko po polsku do naszych dzieci. Wszystko rozumiem, po prostu wszystko rozumiem. Jak są z babcią, to babcia tylko mówi po polsku, ona odpowiada po angielsku i jakoś jest.
But for a long time, Poland to me was just Kielce. It was just Szydłówek. It was just the friends I had who in their 30s still lived with their mom and dad. The friends I had who got pregnant at 16. The friends I had whose parents were alcoholics. And we were all friends. It's harder now for me to identify with them. I remember last summer we were there. It was awesome and fun and great. But one of the guys who used to be one of my closest friends, I saw him every day. We hung out all the time, standing on the corner with his drunk buddies. He looks like he's 60, he's Patrick's age. Dagmarka, hey! And I walk up and he looked like shit. He looked like a bum, no teeth. How's life? I said. It's okay. How are you? And, oh great, I live in a wonderful house in Montclair, New Jersey. I don't have to worry about money, and I have beautiful kids, and what am I going to say? So Poland to me, always like that.
Powiedziałaś, że nigdy aż tak słodkie były jak krew twoje łzy.
Wait, Paula, you gotta smile. Keep that smile. Ready? Always. 1, 2, 3.